Hi everybody, it's Ashley of Day to Day Social Work. I am a private online tutor and I specialize in assisting people to pass the license exam in social work on the master's and bachelor's level. You can find me online at daytodaysocialwork.wix.com/my site, and you can also find me on YouTube at Day to Day Social Work. So I wanted to come by and make a quick video tonight about why I chose the field of social work, because we know that this channel is geared towards mostly the license exam, but also all things social work. And so I think pretty much every social worker, especially micro level social workers, have, I think all of us pretty much have a story about why we chose the field of social work, or why the field of social work chose us. Because we know that you have to be passionate about helping people, and you have to be compassionate and empathetic, and that just has to be a part of who you are. And so growing up, I always thought I would be a pediatrician, and then I thought I would be a lawyer, and I thought that I would be all these things, and then somehow, some way I ended up being a social worker. And I believe that what really led me to this career is that back in 2003, well, first of all, I had all these issues with my dad and things like that, and he was there for us growing up. My mom and dad were married. They did get a divorce because, as I've said in previous videos, he was abusive, but he was there for us growing up. He was emotionally abusive, and it impacted my life then, and not so much now, but I could still see some of the effects of it. But we would have to go to, as we call it here in South Carolina, DSS, and see the caseworker, and they would tell us that he's just being a dad and he doesn't know how to discipline you all, and maybe he needs parents in classes and all this other crazy stuff. And so I kind of felt like, what kind of person would tell me that they're discounting my feelings, and I'm telling you that I feel tortured and I feel emotionally abused, basically. But anyway, so that was kind of part of it. But then also back in 2003, I had a cousin who was 2 years old, who I loved so much. I was her babysitter from the time she was born until she was killed at the age of 2. But she was like my best friend, because I used to babysit her when I was a teen. I was probably, between the ages of 12 to 15, I babysat for her and 3 of her other siblings. And so I was very mature at a young age, because I was basically raising 4 kids and I was getting paid for it, and I thought I was making a lot of money getting paid for babysitting 4 kids. But now when I look back on it, it really wasn't a lot. But anyway, so I was very attached to these children. They were my first cousins, and I was helping a family member out. And so some things happened within our family, and the mom and dad broke up, and the mom went on to a new relationship, and her new boyfriend was then the babysitter. And so I didn't have to be the babysitter anymore, because that relationship was broken up with my family member and the mom. And so this new boyfriend, like I said, was the babysitter, and he killed my baby cousin. She was 2 years old, and that was back in 2003. Of course, there was no rhyme or reason for doing so. I believe that she used the bathroom in the tub, and he was pissed off about it, and so he killed her. And I won't get into details because I don't want to think about it. But so the remaining 3 children were placed in foster care, and they had a social worker. And she was really like my inspiration as to why I wanted to do this kind of work, because, like I said, I pretty much raised those children for about 3 or 4 years while I was still a child myself. And she took care of my cousins. Like, she made sure that they were placed in a nice foster home. She let us, the extended family, see them whenever we asked. She made sure they were okay. And she was just like, I don't know exactly what it really was about her, other than the fact that, she took care of my family and she was nice about it. She looked like me. She was a woman. She was female. She was black like me. She was from where I'm from, small town, and she did the kind of work that I really wanted to do. And so I looked up to her, and it was very inspirational for me to have had someone like her to support the family in that situation. And so that, along with, just the community service that has always been instilled in me, watching my mom give back in her career, working with people with disabilities, and being in the nursing field as a CNA, and just being around people who have always helped other people. It just really brought me to this career, and I really don't see myself doing anything else. And so, a lot of people have, like I said, a story for why they became a social worker. And, some people's story includes rape or domestic violence or depression or mental illness, or, just a whole bunch of different things that brings all of us here into this career field. I've talked to some of the people I tutor, and they were teen moms, or again, they were raped as a child, or they had abusive parents, whether it was physical or emotional. And it's just a lot of different things that brings us here. And so I thought I would share that with you all and encourage you all to share in the comments what brought you to the field. So that's just a little snippet of something a little different to take you away from the monotony of studying for the exam. And until next time, I'll see you all later. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment box, and I will see you soon.